Welcome to the Financial Quarterback with your host, Jim Lineweaver.
I'm Jim Lineweaver, your financial quarterback since 1993. House fires can happen anytime, but they're even more likely in the winter with houses closed up tight and most of us using our heaters. So here with 5 winter fire tips is Shaker Heights Fire Chief Pat Sweeney. So Pat, what's our first tip?
Let's start off with space heaters, Jim. Obviously, it's not the space heater that's typically the problem. It's the proximity that the space heater is to combustible material. Critically important to keep the space heater at least 3 feet away from any combustible material.
Yeah, I know a lot of these have emergency shutoffs, but it's probably, very important to make sure they stay on a level surface too.
Absolutely. Good features that they have. One other thing that you definitely need to look at is your home heating system. That's your primary heating source. Critically important to have those annually inspected and properly maintained. If you don't, you increase the likelihood that you might have a problem and have a carbon monoxide issue that could build up in your home.
And that's one of those invisible gases. So how would I know if I might have a leak inside my home?
What the first things you might notice is that you're not feeling well. If all of a sudden you're fatigued or you're dizzy or you're nauseated or you have vomiting or any type of cardiac chest pains, those are all signs and symptoms of cardiac poisoning that might be, causing a problem in your home.
Yeah, in the case of carbon monoxide, it's probably a heater vent that's clogged or not functioning properly, but that doesn't mean the chimney or flue also can't be the cause, depending on how your home was built and vented.
That's right. So also critically important, if you're burning wood in your chimney, to have your chimney and your fireplace annually inspected. Make sure that you're not restricting the airflow for the chimney. Also very important to know if you have an ash clean out, which is typically located in your basement, that it's maintained and it's accessible.
Now, what's one of the most recent calls that you've been on that was a cause of a fire, but maybe viewers might not be aware of?
Fires associated with floor sanding and finishing. Individuals will come in, they'll sand their floors down, and then they'll follow it up with staining the wood floors. The staining product is usually applied with a rag or a sponge, and if those rags and sponges are not properly disposed of, they can spontaneously combust. And so it's critical that they're outside of the house and properly disposed of.
And so what's one overall theme that people should really take away that might really help protect their family in the event of a tragedy like this?
Working smoke detectors. Can't emphasize that enough. We've recently had 2 fires in our community where young families were notified of a fire in their house, alerted them, woke them up, and gave them plenty of time to get outside of the house before the fire department arrived.
Wow, that's really important. So thanks, Pat, for these valuable tips on helping protect yourself and your family. So if you have questions about your fire safety, check out your local fire department. If you have financial questions, give us a call. Here's Fox News Sunday.